Hello, this is Rod, the Brazilian English teacher, and in today's video, I'm gonna do something different. Actually, it's a special video. There was a very powerful message behind this video, and I asked my friend Gino to allow me to use his video and record this one for you. I'm going to stop at some parts of the video. I would like to congratulate you, Gino, for such an amazing video that you have made. I'm going to play the video now. So I'm going to look sideways because I'm going to be watching the video here. So let's start the video.
Hello people, Gino here from realeverydayenglish.com. Today I'm out walking, as you can see, I'm in the woods.
You can see he's walking in the woods.
And I feel like I'm being drawn to speak about reasons and motivations to
learn languages. This is the key word that got me since the very beginning.
continue the battle of learning English. Not only English, but any language you may be learning. So let's do that. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. As always, if you are a person who is trying to improve your English and sound like a more natural and confident English speaker, then you're definitely in the right place, and you should consider subscribing to the channel. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit the little bell notification, and then you'll never miss a weekly upload. So the first thing to say is that I haven't rehearsed this video at all. I haven't even thought about.
Pay attention that he says that he didn't rehearse this video at all. Because before we record something, you might know that we try to rehearse. We don't speak whatever we think.
What I'm going to say. I was just out walking and I felt like I was drawn to speak about motivation.
Another key word, motivation. That's what he's talking about.
I don't know if I've mentioned it on the channel before, but motivation, consistency and goals are something that are very important to me, not just in language studies, but in life in general. So I'm just going to walk along and speak about my own reasons, my own motivations, and
let me highlight something here. Gino is a Spanish speaker.
My own beliefs about why sticking out the long marathon of learning a language is a good idea. I'm just going to speak from the heart and hopefully it resonates with some of you guys out there. So first, let's talk about reasons.
The first reason for him learning Spanish was just for communication as the first step for him.
So when I first started on my language journey, the only reason I really had in the back of my mind was that I wanted to be able to communicate people when I was in different countries. And Spanish was
because people speak Spanish in a lot of countries. That actually only Brazilians don't speak Spanish. The rest of South America does.
The obvious choice of a language to learn to make, because they speak Spanish in a lot of different countries. But in hindsight, when I look back,
people or friends is another key when you learn another language. There are people now he can consider like friends because of his Spanish speaking.
If I knew then what I know now, the three biggest reasons for continuing and struggling and keep running your marathon. I'm 5 years into my marathon now of learning Spanish, and I don't know what stage you're at in your English learning journey or in your language learning journey, but the three reasons that really come to me in hindsight, so now I'm at the back end of it, are as follows. So the first one is people or friends, okay? So learning Spanish has brought people into my life, people who I know I'm lucky enough to call my actual friends. And another thing is as well is that
and also because he's reaching a lot of people on YouTube.
The people that learning a language has brought into my life have been very high quality people. Very high quality people. People who are just a godsend, really. So that's the first reason. It will bring friends.
Through Spanish, he could understand when you're learning another language, because I know other English teachers who don't speak a second language. They have another kind of approach with us who are non-native English speakers. The approach is different.
Into your life. And with that comes experiences. For example, the last time I went to Spain, I actually stayed in my friend's house, who I met on Hello Talk through learning a language. I got to stay in his house with his family, all great people. We went to another city to see another friend of mine, where we were invited to a party. Lovely people there again. I have friends in South America who have invited me to go and visit them and stay in their houses also. So that's reason number one, is friends. It will bring high quality people into your life, in my experience anyway. Okay, reason number two is opportunities. It will bring opportunities into your life, and you never know when they're going to come. You never know what's around the corner. You never know what opportunities you're going to get. When people find out you can speak another language, all kinds of opportunities come your way.
God sent people. He says that people that are learning another language brought into his life are God sent people.
One good example of that would be in my previous job. I used to work for a company that made fire resistant glass, and as soon as they discovered that I could speak Spanish, they started sending me out to Spain to deal with customer complaints and build relations because I could speak Spanish.
When people find that you can speak another language, a lot of opportunities come your way. That's really true. When they know that you can speak a second language, a lot of doors open your way.
And with that came lots of great experiences, meeting great people, and you never know in the future how all that might fit together. If I ever find myself living in Spain or whatever, then, you know, they might be good contacts. I believe everything happens for a reason. So that's number two, is opportunities. It will bring massive opportunities into your life. Reason number three.
His job, as soon as they knew that he could speak Spanish, they sent him to Spain to help the company in other ways. So it gives you a high quality level at your work.
Reason number three is actually two reasons rolled into one, okay? And it is culture. It will bring culture into your life. And with that, it will, I believe, expand your personality.
Massive opportunities. That's what learning a second language brings us, is quite right.
Because we think in words, think about it. And the more words you have, the more your personality expands, the better you're able to express yourself.
Reason number three is culture and personality, because when you learn another language, you learn the culture of that language. Try to think this way. Learning the culture of the language you are learning, not only words and verbs, whatever you want to learn. Because once you're there, let's say, when in Rome, act like the Romans do.
So learning a complete another language gives you a whole another way of thinking to express yourself. So it expands your personality in that way, and it also expands your personality by bringing culture into your life, music, people's way of lives, beliefs, different foods, and it just creates channels of entry for different cultures into your life, and that is reason number three. So that's the reasons out the way. Now I want to talk a little bit about motivation. Motivation, like I said at the beginning of this video, is something that is very dear to my heart, and it's something that I work on every day. I listen to a guy called Jim Rohn. He's a famous American entrepreneur, but also a motivational speaker. And he says that,
look at this. The more words you have, the more your personality expands. This is amazing. This is really true. The more you learn, the more input you have, the better we get in that language, and also in communicating with people. Not only people from that target language that you're learning, in this case Spanish, but also in our own language. We learn to be more open-minded, more outgoing.
motivation is much like bathing or bathing or taking a shower. It's recommended daily.
Motivation is like taking a shower or having a bath. You have to have it every day. For me, this is one of the highlights of the video. It's amazing. You have to take a shower every day. It brings you motivation.
So you have to top up that motivation every day. And in other words, you need to
We have to top up our motivations every day. It's a healthy obsession.
become what I think, when I look back, I think I've become obsessed with Spanish. It's a healthy obsession though.
Thank you, Gino, for that term.
I squeeze it into my life wherever I can. So when I'm driving, I have Spanish podcasts playing in the car. When I'm at home and I'm watching movies, I watch them in Spanish. Or I try and speak.
If he's driving, he's listening to Spanish. When he's watching TV, he's going to talk about people who are struggling with motivation now. Also saying he doesn't want to preach during the video. He's not trying to make people do exactly what he's talking about. Only what he's saying is right. No, that's what he's trying to.
Every day. You have to get it into your life every day. And when you lack the motivation, because we all have days when we lack motivation and the urge to continue doing something, just think back about your reasons and think back about the opportunities that this language learning journey is going to bring into your life and the way it's going to improve your life. Think about that before you give up. And at times it's going to get really uncomfortable. That's another thing you need to realise. I'm not trying to, preach to anybody here. I know that a lot of you guys already know all this, but this is for people who are struggling with motivation, or they might.
As teachers, we try to rise up our own motivations, and that's what he's talking about, because there's no magic pill to learn languages. Each one of us have a way to do so.
Just beginning to learn a language and they don't really know what to do. So I'm just offering what advice I can give in my humble opinion from my experiences so far. It's going to get awkward. So when I first started, I'll give you a story actually. When I first started learning a language, I downloaded an app to my phone called Duolingo. And I was using Duolingo every day for 5 or 6 months. And I was listening to Spanish on the radio and things like that. But here's the thing, I thought to myself after 5 months of doing that, yeah, I know loads of Spanish now. I speak it well, and I couldn't have been more wrong if I had tried. I remember my first ever attempt at speaking to a Spanish native from Madrid, and like I said, I'd been learning this for 5 months, 6 months by Duolingo, and I really thought that I was learning a lot of Spanish, and in my first conversation I couldn't understand not one thing. And it was very uncomfortable, your mind's racing, you're thinking, I can't understand what they're saying, I don't know what to say, what was that word?
It happens to everybody. My first time in New York as well, I froze for a couple hours, even though I was already graduated in the English language. The very first time, you'll never forget. It is exactly how he's talking about. You freeze.
And it's uncomfortable. But you have to go through it to grow through it. You can't grow inside your comfort zone.
You can't grow into your comfort zone. So you have to be out of your comfort zone every day to grow. He's saying that we need to learn that language every day.
You have to leave it. You have to leave the comfort zone. You have to fail, you have to make mistakes. I recently uploaded a video to my...
In my opinion, we shouldn't cram it. Learning languages is a lifelong journey. That's exactly what Gino's talking about right now.
YouTube channel of me speaking Spanish. And in that video, you'll see that I still make mistakes. I still make mistakes. But here's the thing. I don't quit. I carry on. I get up. I try again. Think of a baby when it's learning to walk. Watch a baby. A baby stands up, it falls. Stands up again, takes 2 steps, falls.
You have to fail. You have to make mistakes to learn from them. Everybody makes mistakes and everybody learns from them. He's completely right. You have the same mindset when language learning is concerned.
Stands up again. And you know something? That baby will never give up. And that's the kind of mentality that I want.
Watch a baby walking, stands up and falls. That's what we have to do when you are trying to learn something new. I totally agree. A baby will never give up. When they're good at it, they keep going. Even though if they fall here and there, they keep going.
You to have about your English studies. There's one last thing I want to speak about as well in terms of something massive that learning a language has actually brought into my life. Through learning a language, I actually discovered my passion, or what I believe is my purpose. So through learning a language and helping people with their English during normal conversations, after a little while of doing that, I discovered that I actually really enjoyed helping people with their English. It just brought me satisfaction. I felt like I was at peace when I was teaching English and when I was just helping people. And let's bear in mind, before I started learning Spanish, I had no previous teaching experience. My whole career has been in quality control. So obviously my level of English was really high because I needed it for meetings and to write audit reports and stuff.
Working with quality control, he needed to have a high quality English and a high level of English because he needed to go to meetings, write reports, but he never thought about teaching English before. After he learned Spanish, that's what he decided to do, and it brought him a huge excitement. That's what we feel when we have students and they learn from us. We see that we are doing something right, and they will always remember us because they are learning from us, and mostly for us, it's like a gift. It's one of a kind thing to see a student learning from us.
So yeah, through learning a language, it brought my passion into my life. People started to say to me, have you ever considered teaching English? Because if you haven't, you should, because you know, you're good at that. So after a while and more people kept telling me, I decided to take action on it. And let me just be clear, since then I have gained an English teaching qualification just to brush up on my own exact grammar knowledge before I started pumping videos out on YouTube. But one of the biggest things is the enjoyment that making these videos brings into my life as well, because I get emails from people who tell me they're not in a position to afford paying for a private tutor or paying for private English lessons, and by me putting videos out, not just me but every other creator on YouTube who puts it out there, that you're helping them in massively to achieve their life goals and their objectives in life. And that is it is the best thing that learning a language brought.
He wants to help people. Teaching English is a pleasure. I feel very fulfilled while I'm doing it. It doesn't matter if it's in person or on YouTube. The pleasure is always the same. We love doing it.
Into my life. It's not me being able to go out and communicate with other people. It's the fact that I found this thing that I enjoy doing that actually helps people with their life goals, and I feel like this is a passion of mine, and I'm going to continue to put my focus in that because I'm on a mission to see how many people I can help and how many people I can reach. And this is a free platform by YouTube, which is just a fantastic platform for people to learn and to improve their life skills. So that's it for today's video, people. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if you were struggling with motivation or reasons to continue, then I hope this video has given you the boost that you needed and the grit in the stomach to continue. As always, if you enjoyed the video, then please feel free to...
The boost that we need and the grit in the stomach to continue. That's one of his last messages in this video.
share it, and I'll see you people in the next video. Until then, bye bye for now. Ciao.
That was the video, and I think it's really amazing. I believe and agree. All the people and all the friends on YouTube and out of YouTube, most of them are very kind because they speak a second language as well. Somebody who doesn't speak a second language, sometimes they try to correct you. If somebody understands what you say, but they try to correct you and you don't feel at ease after a comment, turn your back and leave, because you are struggling. You are out of your comfort zone. You can imagine For me, teaching Portuguese is very easy because it's my language. But when I teach English, I feel motivated, I feel challenged. And when I saw this video that we just watched from Gino, I said, man, let me talk about it. It's a huge and very important message. Thank you so very much. That's it. Don't lose your motivation to learn English. And Gino, thank you so much for this unscripted video. The choice of words, everything that you said, I truly believe and agree with you. Don't give up on studying English. It's a lifelong journey. I think this message is really powerful. As I said in the beginning, these were my comments about this wonderful and very important videos. When you were lacking motivation, watch this video from Gino and bring it back again. Don't give up learning a language. It opens doors. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.